been no final ruling from the High Court concerning the 1973 landmark case, but language in the draft opinion indicates a majority of the court is in favor of overturning it. If they do, it'll allow states to set their own policies on abortions. And Nebraska could outlaw abortion altogether if lawmakers bring back a bill from State Senator Joni Albright.
They voted it down during the regular session, but there's already talk of a special session later this year.
Tonight, some reproductive doctors worry the bill could create barriers for women who are struggling with infertility. KATV News Watch 7's Abby Peterson spoke with them and has a response from Senator Albright. Abby?
Albright says her bill would not affect in vitro fertilization, but an ACLU attorney says the language is ambiguous. Tonight, the doctors I spoke with want to educate people about IVF and why people use it. 1 out of 8 doctors say that's the number of couples that struggle with infertility. But for decades, these women have been there to help.
We are on the side of sort of creating life and building families, and that's what we do for a living. That's what we love.
But since the Supreme Court draft on Roe v. Wade was leaked, they've had a lot of questions from a lot of patients about what this means for their IVF journey. The doctors say certain bills could impact IVF because conception happens outside of the body with some fertility treatments.
In certain ways, bills are written, and if life is beginning at conception and termed beginning as conception, that becomes semi-problematic for what we do.
So they want to educate people on how important IVF is to so many people.
There are people everywhere. There are people that I work with and people I go to church with and people that my kids go to school with. And these kids wouldn't be here and that family wouldn't be there if they hadn't had access to IVF.
These women say it's not only for those struggling with infertility, they also help people battling cancer to preserve their fertility and can stop genetic disorders by testing embryos.
Without that therapy, those diseases, for example, Huntington's disease, cystic fibrosis, they continue, sickle cell, and to run through families. And that is something that, like I said, unless you're affected by it or know someone with it, you wouldn't have any idea or awareness that we can stop that in its tracks.
State Senator Joni Albright says the concern is unfounded in the context of her bill, saying only procedures employed upon a pregnant woman with the intent to terminate her unborn child would be prohibited. Albright says if for any reason the woman carries multiple pregnancies after implantation and the situation creates a risk to her life, the bill exception for the life of the mother would apply. She adds, quote, opponents of the bill in the legislature know this or should know it. Their use of IVF as a scare tactic is an intentional distortion. But the ACLU says otherwise, saying the language in Albright's bill is ambiguous. These women say they will keep fighting for their patients.
I really want to make sure we highlight that it's, these bills are much more far-reaching than I think the people intend for them to be.
Now, all the women say they want their patients to know their embryos are safe and nothing has changed. They say they will continue to work to make sure it stays that way.